to sign.
Donnie, I think you ought to be president. I'm not.
No, I think we
Huh? Mike, sleep.
You see me? They don't.
No, I'm touching no, I got rid of
I
it.
have your bond I need.
You,
You just
no.
call me that and I said,
No.
I'll see you.
I don't touch, that's between you and me. That's the reason I got out of that. And I don't want,
Have you ever won any of it?
no, well, I want
Just pick the chair. I can move down.
change it. I've never won the big one.
Just move me over. Sit in Pat's seat. Pat's not gonna be recorded.
That door locked. See right here. I knew I brought one.
Here, right down there.
There you.
I'm good.
Leslie.
Coming down pretty doggone good.
Little thing. Still quiet.
You know I have too.
Show it again.
Can't believe this pen.
Might not be too bad by the time we get home.
Yeah.
I gotta go to High County in the morning.
Do you? Wow, it might be
Yeah.
a fun ride down that way.
Yeah, that'll be a fun ride.
I was up Harrison
How are
Avenue.
you?
Hey.
Okay.
Harrison Avenue, while ago, there were cars all over
You know
the
what?
place.
Really
On
had a
that
good
interstate.
year. We made reservations.
Big
Get
on.
slick.
And they actually, it wasn't because of Sherry or anything, it was because of Wilma. He cut me one of those round tables. We got there at 7. Last year I didn't get it. but
Well, I had
I went
to.
to-
They went-
Yeah.
You have to sign there and there.
I had to slip Wilma some
Yeah.
money. But anyway, Sandy and I had the best, we were there about an hour and a half.
You watch me, Connie. I've been
Yeah.
known to sign in the wrong spot.
Okay.
Oh, good. It's my son's birthday.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
we
Then the
went to
second
both,
page is
had a
exactly
birthday,
the same as I
and came home and watched
her
the ball.
boat was kind of busy.
I was busy. I saw Bill and
She got that all prettied up, don't she?
I'm
Little
glad we
stickers
went.
here and
I
there.
didn't do
Yeah,
that.
see,
There, down there.
It was chaos.
Oh, we signed where the green arrows are, huh?
If you ever want to see.
Well, you can't go by that because they might be different. No, they came from sites that way. Thank you.
There you go, thank you. We're all legal now, ain't we?
See, yours are great.
Yeah, bear. Got me good.
That, down there.
County, what time you gotta be down there?
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
That ought to be fun.
Oh, woo.
Well, if the county puts out a snow emergency, nobody's gonna be going anywhere.
Well, that's because, that would be the only way, because Judge Humphrey would make us be there. I mean, he's always like, if I can get there, you can get there, so.
Come and pick you up.
Yeah. Can you come
Yeah,
pick me up,
there you
Judge? I didn't think it was supposed to be this bad this quick. I thought, they heard I heard like Sunday and Monday was supposed to be bad, but
Well, that's what
Well, I
Pat
thought it
was
was-
telling me. I talked to him earlier today. I said, how's your day going? He said, well, we've only had 3 calls. This was like right after lunch. And he said, well, Sunday, they're calling for twice as much as we've got today. And I'm thinking, oh.
yeah, and it's supposed to be like like with the wind chill, -50.
Yeah.
Not 5, 50.
And I gotta
No.
get my
Yeah.
injection.
Yeah.
50 below.
50 below.
The wind chill.
They're saying it's like the worst winter conditions
It'd be
that
like the
we've
Freezer
had.
Bowl again.
Yeah.
I went
Yeah.
to that game.
Or
That's the coldest I've ever been in my life.
1976. That's when the river froze, 76.
Oh, man.
There's a picture of us. We have a picture of us standing on the river.
Yeah, I
that
got
right?
one.
Yeah.
Here, like
I'll have to turn my heat on.
that freezer game, that
I
was
haven't turned it on yet.
80,
88.
88.
My feet were frozen before the game even started. I think.
Oh,
I ain't had to use my heat.
Well, we were gonna get tickets, and I'm so glad we didn't.
Everybody let the water run.
The problem is if it doesn't sell out, we're not gonna be able to watch it on TV.
He said they still have between 4,000 and 5,000.
3 of the 4 games haven't sold out.
Really?
Sad they're gonna not be able.
I mean, Indianapolis, I don't understand that. They have a dome.
Big Kroger's or somebody usually buys
Cincinnati
them.
and Green Bay too. I mean,
Yeah.
Green Bay, everybody shows up, whether
Yeah.
it's 10 below.
That's sold out way back. I got them season tickets up there.
Oh, Green Bay's that way. I tried to get tickets one time, and those fans own it. I mean, they own those season tickets.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult.
Why do you get one if somebody dies?
Yeah. When Kobe wanted it, that's the one thing I
I
wanted
was
to see.
trying to
Got
base them
fired.
out and then didn't.
It was gonna be like almost $400 a ticket.
Yeah.
I was like, sorry.
Obviously.
Sorry,
Watch him
what's
on
your life?
TV.
Yeah. I'll buy you a cheese head and we can just sit here and.
Park with the fat cabin, because they brought the truck up to come get them.
Paul.
Need your car caddy, they're going back to Florida.
Man with the tie.
Oh, good stuff. You related to Bill Bill? You related to Bill Bill?
I borrowed it from him.
And she was,
How you doing, Carl?
Doing good, JR.
Those shoes don't do well in ice though, do they?
on the heating pad and nice.
2 pages
And then,
there and there and same with
you don't think so? And then I, right now, let's see how it goes.
Well, the roads.
Thank you very much.
How's 50? Have you been out on 50?
Everything was good until about the last hour. It started getting
Put in it.
like covered.
Well, I know my windows wouldn't roll down. That's not good. It's frozen.
Overhead, yeah.
I don't know, bathroom?
I don't know if he went to get.
Every way you moved, you were uncomfortable.
He's,
Yeah, we couldn't look at it. Sit for sure. It was like non-existent. So she was actually relieved. That's all that happened. She was supposed to-
I just looked at it and started laughing.
So it worked out.
they got
Took that ride around having truck warming up.
Oh, okay. I
Thanks
saw
for
that.
stopping up.
It's awesome.
For club
That's the only thing I don't like about
It's through
iPad's
Bluetooth.
keyboard.
during basketball season.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
cool.
That's his name.
Thank
That's
you.
his number over there.
Thank you.
Why you didn't tell him? He said just call him, leave a message over there if you want to get on that list and they'll put you on the list.
Okay, I will go. Is he got an office over there?
No,
I don't know, I just talked to him, I don't know.
Season, this is not the time. She's like,
No, I think in two, just to get in there. Would be nice.
Yeah.
How you been?
December weather, like turning to ice now.
I check it work.
It was slushy earlier.
I know, it was it was nice.
Yeah, going back.
Happy New Year to you.
And then, all of a sudden, for about a 2-hour period,
Yeah,
Yeah.
what I remember.
she's here again, she's not on our
so that starts too.
I think they tore her account, but I don't know, because she was at the council meeting to get that grant approved.
Cooking
And they tore her
babies
come
out
to
back.
this meeting, but I don't know.
How could she get it? It was partially for the salary.
All taken off.
Yeah.
Leslie found out that it's only for executives.
And this is an executive position.
Huh?
It's not an
didn't know how?
executive position. We can definitely spell out in there what it
You
says.
can give it for salary.
Well, we can put, it says cannot be used for executive salaries. We can put something in there to define what this position is, not being, I don't know, that's totally up to you guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I even talked to
Are we not
Judd.
doing it because it's not on here though?
I talked to Judd about it. He and I talked about it, and he said, well, it seems to me you'd just be able to put in there, just make sure, they knew.
Grand Vic for 9.
Because it really is a good.
It's creating a job for this, whoever this guy is. And it's his salary plus a car.
Like Sunday through Thursday.
See, the thing for me is, and I don't
Play
vote.
on
Your
Friday,
county
Saturday.
hospital
Just
has
pay
put
for
up a
cars.
bunch. They put up a bunch. And it, maybe it's just poor planning on how, the way they asked it. Because they could have used whatever monies they've already put up, for this instead, but this just so happens it's the less. Thanks, Drew.
Sexual aspect.
This says after the 15th, you know that, right?
Grand
January
Lift either.
15th,
I'm not joining no country club. Damn.
organizational meeting.
Wow. Sure, I know Bobby's up there, but how are you gonna get 9 holes in when you go out there at 5 o'clock? Dark. Say you get there at 6. How you gonna play 9? It ain't. Stay out there, trees like shit.
She's too much on the,
I'm not.
I know, yeah, I'm with you.
I do too, but I'm not gonna play with her unless he changes.
Where do you guys usually play?
Elk Run, they close.
his name, so she takes it to.
Don't you have to buy that, and then you have to worry about it.
And so then she.
I got a great dog.
They say
You can't, gas line, you can't fight nothing. That big, that's a ring that's there. I don't know what they're putting in there, but there's a gas line through there. And it would cost too much for a lift station, sewage. It's all hills. That's between you and me. I'm not.
Mike coming? Anybody know? Past 5.
They didn't call me.
Oh, I called him.
You heard it originally, put it together, it was too comfortable, good, and everything else. Toward the end of the month, they all carried over. He got a gold disability probably when he was 50.
502.
Says he quit, he quit right now. Couldn't work. Okay. Thank you, sir. Nothing worse than lack of
I know, a lot of them will go there, but you're gonna have to start over. Come.
I just called him.
Actually, you could take off 40. How do you imagine is in a.
Hey, get a good one.
Yes, it was quiet.
Yeah.
I've sent those somewhere.
How was your Christmas?
It was good. Kids came in.
I had them above my desk. You got the little ones?
No. Well, I got a 3-year-old grandson.
I go out there
I'd say you need a little child.
Thursdays, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I think they have senior band.
And then,
Can't win.
don't know.
Can't win, I don't care if you're big.
That's the story of this whole town.
Oh, yeah.
Even if they start out 6.
Hey, we need to, I need Mario and, I mean, yeah, they're in the meeting.
Oh, they're in a meeting?
Yeah, they're doing an election of officers for the Historic Preservation Committee.
Okay, so Mike's back there.
Mike,
Lawrence.
Mario
Okay.
and, Mike, Mike Clark. Mike Clark's in there.
Alright. Oh, he's turned on all night. I think he had a lot of calls about ice. Like that
Doesn't
Mike.
matter, you can't be late.
No, started out being the vice chairman.
Yeah, let's get this going.
Coming down Walnut Street.
What they've done up in
Are they done over there? Okay.
Appreciate you thinking about it.
They had a Historic Preservation Committee meeting in there. Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to probably have it now.
Maybe where she live at?
Josh and his wife live in, this side of Post Road.
What's their name?
Come on. Bananas, I'll tell you what, you can have bananas. Yeah. There'll be gnats come out of it.
Just graduated a year ago from Purdue.
Sticking his lungs to come out so many feet, not much on the floor.
It was snowing out there.
Fine arts, the research, an artist, painter from another country.
We don't have to approve that.
And then from there.
Oh, I know where you're coming from.
Yeah,
Just keeps growing.
Why is he crossing? Let me
just say member, I guess, then. Because no one's been elected
Nobody's
yet.
been elected yet.
Call the January 2nd Lawrenceburg Redevelopment Commission meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Grant Hughes,
Here.
Mike Lawrence,
Here.
Tom Rogers,
Here.
Johnny Bryant,
Here.
Aaron Cook,
Here.
Darrell Holdcraft,
I'm here.
Pat Myers absent, and Leslie Botoff.
Here.
Thank you, Connie. Move on to announcements. The next walkthrough at the Event Center will be January 21st at 4:30. And our next regular redevelopment meeting will be January the 13th at 5 o'clock. Looking for approval of minutes from the previous meeting. Okay. Move on to new business. Leslie, election of officers.
According to the statute, every year there has to be an organizational meeting, which this is the organizational meeting, at which time the chairman, vice chairman, and secretary, is there a secretary? I believe secretary, are elected. So we need to do that now.
Make a motion to keep the positions the same.
Second.
First and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. We'll move on to old business.
Actually, if you want to
Do there?
take them if
Okay.
you want.
Under old business also, we have the Dearborn mental health. Community mental health, I'm sorry. It's not on here, so. Just state your name for the record, please.
Yes, Tom Talbot. I'm the CEO for Community Mental Health Center.
How you doing?
Okay, how are you all?
Good. So I think you're bringing back to us, looking for a sponsorship for the 10 County Grant.
That's my
program.
understanding, yes, from the meeting the other night.
All right. Does anybody have any questions?
I still do. This salary, $32,000 salary, and the second question, which was brought up the last time, was the $35,000 for transportation. We were told we were going to get a new handout explaining the salary. This is my 19th year on redevelopment. I just figured that out. So,
You're getting ready to tell how old you are, Tom.
Better put your mic down. So
but I have a problem with those two things. I still do. The salary for a case manager specialist and $35,000 for transportation. It doesn't say car, but I believe it is a car. So where are we on that?
Well, number one, I don't have an additional handout. I wasn't aware that I was supposed to bring something new for that, but I can address the two questions that you do have.
Okay.
Number one, the position that we asked some support for was a supported employment / case manager position. And one of the hallmarks of this program that we are currently have in place, but this new program is going to be a residential aspect of it. One of the key hallmarks of that is to try to get people to be productive citizens and viable citizens in our communities. So one of those would be is to try to get them employed. Bridget has presented last time, and I apologize that I wasn't here, but I was consulting for the VA system out in Oregon, doing a consultation with them for accreditation for a post-traumatic stress in a residential alcohol and drug addiction treatment program. But one of the hallmarks is to try to get people, again, to deal with their illness, and the people who are going to be in this program, again, are going to be people who have serious and persistent mental illnesses, plus addiction issues. So oftentimes these people are severely impaired by both of those conditions. Typically they are on Medicaid and oftentimes are unemployed. They may not even have housing. They may be homeless. So we're going to be trying to support them to become more skilled, and one of the things that we work on is supported employment, trying to get them employed.
I'm sure that's great, but my problem is Economic Redevelopment Commission. I just don't see where a salary is a economic redevelopment issue and buying a new car or truck is an economic redevelopment issue.
Okay. Using vehicles, and our agency overall has 43 right now, and we use them a lot because the majority of our services that we provide are community-based. So this program being a new program, we already don't have enough vehicles, believe it or not, to support our activities that we currently have. This is a new program. We're going to be hiring 9 additional staff, and these staff will be working with these clients. They'll be taking them out into the community, trying to get them integrated back into the community, looking for housing when they leave our program, again, looking for jobs. And to do that, that requires vehicles to get people transported back out into the community. So that's why we put the transportation part. I thought the last time I came here, the question was about the salary, was that it couldn't just support my salary, which this is not going towards.
Right, and executive salary is,
Right.
Is how it's listed.
This is going to be a frontline level staff member.
Anything else, Tom?
No, it's just that those two things, salaries and buying transportation with redevelopment money. I know it's a wonderful thing. The hospital is wonderful, everything.
Well, we're not the hospital. We're separate from the hospital. I will make that clear.
Mental health, everything. But
I don't see no problem buying a vehicle.
I just don't get the salary, and of the $67,894, this is $67,016. I don't know what the other, but that's my problem with. I don't have a problem. I just don't know if redevelopment money can be used for vehicles and salaries. And I don't recall, the reason I mentioned before, if we've ever gave money, redevelopment, for a salary or a car for that person to ride around in.
Now, Tom, you know it's a 10-county grant program, not redevelopment.
But if we okay it,
You're sponsoring
we're
it.
sponsoring it.
I just want the audience
Okay.
to know it's not redevelopment who's giving them money, if anybody knows.
I know we've given a lot of businesses a lot of money, and they used it to do what they had to run that business and get the needs for that business. And this is different, but it's under the same lines, in my opinion.
Has the 10-county grant, has any of that money ever been used to pay salaries? The 10 million on the 10 million,
I'm
you
sure
know, on
it
the
has.
10-county grant?
Yeah, it's eligible for that. It's not eligible for
Non-executive.
executive pay.
I don't understand the difference between executive and,
Well, the reason it's not for executive pay is, say a president of an organization gets that money in and decides not to move ahead with an expansion, and he keeps the money for his salary. It's, a lot of times when you're dealing with plants, The plant workers are the ones who are setting up the equipment, so they are funded from grants at times.
Well, we just gave Proximo 3.5 million, but they built vats, buildings, and I just thought that's what, and we okayed we sponsored him to go to the 10 county to
Right.
get that. But it was for a physical,
It was $24 million worth of new equipment and
X amount of
70 jobs. This is a situation where we're trying to return people back into the workforce. I mean, and on top of it, you got an employment number of
We're hiring 9 additional employees,
9 additional employees.
and then we'll keep growing in the next subsequent 2 years.
And how many employees do you employ right now?
We've got about 270 full-time and part-time employees. We've doubled, we've grown. When I started at CMHC 13 years ago, we had less than 100 employees, and now we're where we're at. So we've continued to grow every year, providing what we consider needed services that are of great value to this community.
And them employees, you're gonna try to get them from the local area here?
Yes, and Bridget can probably better speak to that if you want to hear from her, where she's actually gotten some of the people in the community-based services already, where they've gotten jobs.
Come to the podium, please. Just state your name, if you would, for the record.
Bridget Bascom Hinkle. If I may just add to the whole employment picture here, it's not only offering an opportunity to the people that we serve, that we certainly want to help get them back into the workforce, but we also are adding jobs to current residents of this area. I've just completed my interview process. I'm in the process of getting these 9 positions filled, and I can tell you that of those candidates right now, 8 of 9 are Lawrenceburg residents, and the 9th one is a Dearborn County resident. So we're also helping employ people within our community that aren't currently in services as well. But again, as far as the employment piece, the programs that I have managed through the years, we've been given a lot of accolades from the state of Indiana as having the highest employment outcome for persons with disabilities. Currently, this program, a state average is 10%. We have exceeded that over this past year, just with the first year of implementation, at 22%. With the growth of this program, which we don't even have in existence yet, the residential program, we're going to be serving more individuals. I would only anticipate our numbers would even strengthen more. So I think that it puts Lawrenceburg, this community, on the map as someone that is very invested in rehabilitating the individuals that need the rehabilitative services so that they can move forward and continue to contribute to our own communities.
Anything else?
thank you.
Anything else?
Now I make a motion, so move to sponsor them.
We have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
All right, thank you.
Move on to Leslie, interlocal agreement.
In your packets, there's an interlocal agreement that we did bring to you, I think was previously, yeah, it's under old business. It was previously brought to you all, I believe. I'm not sure how long ago now. But Mr. Clark and Mr. Todd can better address this, so I'll hand it over to them.
Yeah, this is for the area called the Chicken Shack over next to Hollywood on the west side of the boat, where the floodgate is. You know, there's a traffic signal. You cross the railroad to get into it. The railroad is going to remove that crossing this spring because it's been relocated to the east side of the levee. And in doing that, Leslie has generated this interlocal agreement that the city of Lawrenceburg will be responsible for extending East William Street, and that the Conservancy District will modify the floodgate. And this is our next step in the process to go ahead and get our ducks in a row. Once they remove that crossing, we won't be able to access that area with a full-size vehicle. It's something needs to be done. It's going to eventually be a gateway to a riverfront development area that hopefully is going to be a partnership between the Conservancy and the city. I know EB is pushing for that development. So we're at the point now where we need to get this signed, and then it's going to have to go back in front of the Conservancy so we can try to get this project moving.
I have a question, Mike. You said it's got to go back in front of the LCD.
Yes.
So obviously it's done been there.
It went there, and you'd have to ask Paul, but I don't think there were enough votes either way, so it didn't really happen. I know they had some members unable to attend the meetings. Mr. Seitz is going to represent it to the LCD.
What is the rough cost of this?
There should be a breakout in your packet, Mike, of the
There's a
sheriff
breakdown.
There should be
expenses
an engineer's cost
on
estimate,
Exhibit A.
which is, and the engineer did say too that this is conservative, but it's roughly, and I'm not looking at it, but roughly, he's got estimated $500,000 for the road extension and, what, 340 for the gate modification.
Correct.
And that includes design, testing, permitting, turnkey construction, and like I say, that is a conservative number. So this is one time, guys, that I think when we bid this out and do it, it'll be lower than what the engineer's cost estimate is.
And what money, how much money does redevelopment have for its projects for the year?
Appropriated was $1 million for 2014. You should have a carryover last year. I don't have the document with me.
Wasn't 300,000 something?
Non-reverted to it.
Wasn't like 300?
Yeah, I was saying 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think,
Oh,
yeah.
must be thinking of a different one.
And guys, you gotta remember, this is a key, if not the key component in having access to our riverfront.
They still got all the plans we worked on earlier on that riverfront.
They've got them, but honestly, EB's kind of taking the bull by the horns, I think, on that, and, you know, we're gonna partner on that with them. That's our
Conceptually,
plan at
it's
this
still the
time.
same plan, JR.
Same.
The amphitheater, I think they've got actually, I think, over $250,000 in their budget to demo that. Am I correct, Paul?
Supposed to be more than that.
Well, where did this concept come from? Because I know this board hasn't.
Oh, this concept's
Come up
been
with
after
it.
Mike probably 6-7 years at least when JR helped me out. I think it's probably, if not longer, yeah.
We had a few meetings on it and everything,
Yeah.
that just went south for some reason.
Yeah.
Give up on it.
Kind of the first year of 2012. I had some drawings that I shared with you all.
We got a nice riverfront. It'd be nice to see something done over there. Utilized.
You said William Street. Is it William Street or High Street?
William.
Okay.
It's actually East William. It's where East High and East William come together.
It's really,
but
it would be a continuation of East High, wouldn't it?
no, it'll
No.
actually be a continuation of East
Okay,
William.
well, I misunderstood that, so that may need to be changed.
Yeah.
It
it's on
does
the-
extend from the farthest point east on East High Street, though.
Correct,
Correct.
correct.
That's still,
But it's on the south side of the railroad.
okay. maybe I need to spell that out a little bit.
And there again, if you think about it, at that location, that's where East High bends and angles and just kind of merges into.
Well, and that's how I saw it when I saw the drawings or whatever, so.
Yeah.
Mike, I'd make a motion that, we go through with it if Conservancy, on the condition that Conservancy accepts this packages with no changes. If there's any changes, to come back to us.
And this is a part of the interlocal, this Exhibit A right here? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we have a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Wait a minute. Can we have some more discussion on this?
Yes, sir.
This is a positive thing for downtown, and whether redevelopment, we just gave somebody $70,000 to buy a car and or gave them the okay to go to the 10 county. This is for downtown, and I don't want to see us say, well, only if Lawrenceburg Conservancy District is going to okay it. I don't, we're hinging this development on the Conservancy District. What will we do if they don't? Just foot the bill ourselves?
Well, we'll have to go back and reorganize at that time, because with this being an interlocal, it is basically a partnership with the city and the Conservancy District, to where we're both agreeing that, hey, we're going to do this project. City, you're responsible for this. Conservancy, you're responsible for this part.
You're okay with that wording as long
Yeah,
as?
I mean, yeah, it's.
Okay.
And we
Conservancy-
kept it kind of bare bones too, because this is kind of just, we're not talking about, that's why the whereases are in there like they are.
Okay, all right.
About, this will just open up
Okay, I second the motion.
an access, so, to the riverfront.
Grant, how many properties is it that redevelopment owns? Which are more or less projects?
I don't have that with me. I would say we've got over 10.
Guaranteed.
Three, which are infills, 4 or 5 that are new width on lot. Got the trailer park, which has made up of 3 properties. The others scattered around. We're still working, the UCB thing hasn't worked out yet, but potential there. I would say, you go through and break them all up into parcels, you might be about 10.
But it's gonna take a lot of money for those projects. My only point is, you're getting ready to start another project and ain't finished nothing.
You have to go through a process, going through a process, and I look for those housing projects, we're giving the land away, and we may be involved in, depending on what the board wants to do, as far as giving out money for first-time homeowners, as they've done in the past. We're not talking about a lot of money there, the cost of the structure is being borne on the contractor and developer, not on us.
But what property are you giving away? You said you're giving the property away.
Most of these infills, on the infills and on Arch and Center, in order to get a house built that is of good quality in that land, more than likely, if this board approves, will be given for nothing.
I just want to get that clear, because this board hasn't voted on, so.
Well, that's the same way.
But that was the understanding. I just, because you're not going to recoup the demolition cost and getting leaded paint off of them and all that. So, but roughly those, I would say by our next meeting, those will be in front of you for the infill
to go out to bid. And then, come February, Center and Arch will be following up. And we gotta sit down and have a session on what to do with the large parcel, because we've gotta find a project that makes, business sense, and, or we gotta decide that we're going to, participate with more city dollars. So, we just gotta sit down and go through that.
But that started out over there, just like Paul, where he built them houses, blighted areas. We're trying to clean up town.
My point is, there's only X amount of dollars. We own all this property, project started, nothing's finished, getting ready to bite off another.
Well, this here, you gotta use a little foresight on that riverfront, because it's gonna take some time, and we should do something down there, and I'm glad Conservancy's coming along with us on that project, because,
But
we've got a beautiful
you haven't heard
riverfront.
the Conservancy is coming. I've heard EB Sites is pushing for it and wants it, but EB Sites is one person too.
Well, this won't happen without them agreeing to the money though, right?
Right.
Well,
That's
other
right.
than
I
Tom
mean, there's
was
also,
talking about splitting the whole bill if not.
Well, I seconded,
Right.
Donnie's motion.
I just continued the discussion. So there's a first and a second, unless there's anything else. Jane?
Jane Pope, if they're gonna demolish the amphitheater, are they gonna replace it?
It is to replace it with something else. This time, they're just gonna do the demo due to liability.
Okay, I thought we were gonna fix it and make it usable.
Well, there's that a
Say,
plan.
I don't think they can fix it, and Paul, you might even address that. You guys have looked at it pretty extensively. I think it needs,
I think the heights and everything else is off on that thing. I've been down there.
Slope of the ramps, the heights, it's not,
It's not functional, period.
Okay, my second question is, that area floods every year? That means we're gonna have to go in there and clean up every year?
Well,
The-
maybe you're asking, is there?
The drip, I mean, the water will come in.
Correct,
It'll bring in drift, it'll bring in debris every year,
correct.
and whatever we put down there, how's it gonna maintain itself?
we do that anyhow.
Well, I'm saying, like, if
Are
we
you concerned with it washing off, washing out
like
or
park
something?
benches, picnic tables, whatever, I don't even know what the plans are, I didn't get a chance to see them, but,
That's what I was gonna say as well. I never seen them either.
It's,
everything's been pretty tentative though. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think there has been an actual plan for the park,
I've seen
other
it,
than
but it's
just
been a year
some
and a
people's
half or so.
dreams of what a park
Yeah.
should be down there.
I didn't
you
know if they
what
were planning like boat dock or anything like that later.
There's one rendering that shows a boat dock on the existing Hollywood.
Hollywood, when it sells.
I'll say if you get that area, where people can access it, then you can have events like Madison and Rising Sun, or have with the boat races and stuff.
Well, I think the whole plan is to actually build another amphitheater or music venue at that location.
but that would be a winter high water mark.
okay.
Similar to what Rising Sun, they've hit the high water mark on theirs. They have an amphitheater along the river.
Okay, thank you, and whenever you get a chance, Grant, can you get me a copy of the plans?
I'll be glad to.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? We have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Comments from the audience? No comments. Motion to adjourn?
I'll move.
Second. First and a second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
You want to sign it?
Yeah, it'd be nice. It's gonna take a long time.
That's what they decided to do.
Hollywood ain't done nothing with that boat yet.
You drag your feet, those longer gonna take.
Oh, thank you. Oh, and I did get your email. I opened a few minutes